Okay, we're
Anyone can
Are we
make an
cold
LLC.
opening?
Well, now we are. You hit record. It's a cold open. So anyway,
welcome to the premise.
now it's a hot open. Was that a hot open?
I think so.
Is that the only difference? Is you say the fucking name of the show?
I looked at the
instead
camera. We shouldn't put those.
No. Do you think
We're gonna
fourth
leave
walls breaks are good for the show?
I think so. What do you mean?
Hold on. Premise. Are you pro or con fourth wall breaks in media?
I am pro. They matter to me.
They matter to you?
They matter.
What's your line? Like, at what point does a fourth wall break happen and you're like, shut your fucking little mouth about it? I shouldn't say that word this many times. Seconds into the show.
It's time to bring a personality
We
to the
are
show.
less than 1 minute in, and I've made us unadvertisable.
We've cut all of this.
I gotta cut the whole thing.
It's time to bring personality to the show.
Personality to the show.
I'm gonna go on a rant about House of Leaves now. In response to the question you asked.
Go on.
So, do we laugh at our own jokes? Probably shouldn't.
Do we laugh at our own jokes?
Yeah.
In the process of laughing at your own joke is making me feel cynical about this.
Don't feel cynical about it.
House
I thought
of
that
Leaves,
was a funny question.
You said, I'm going to go on a rant about House of Leaves, and then you let 5 seconds of silence hit the floor, and then you say something completely unrelated to the book.
Look.
All right, literature podcast. Talk about that.
Got it. Literature podcast. So, House of Leaves doesn't break the fourth wall, but it references itself. It has knowledge of itself.
So it knows it's a book.
Yeah,
it's a piece
House
of
of
fiction.
Leaves
It's a book.
Is a piece of actually. I can't just say it's a piece of fiction. This is a really complicated book that I love indefinitely. I wish I brought it. I would do book club right here.
Just bring
you
it.
Don't let me.
Telling your homie you're gonna run a podcast with them, and then showing up with a book and reading out of it.
What are you? I thought this was
silent reading time.
Silent.
Did you not bring your book? This isn't even ASMR. I bought a Kindle. You can't even hear the pages flip. Disappointed Book Club ASMR podcast. House of Leaves edition.
House of Leaves. Yeah, anyway, it references itself, and I think that is a very tasteful way of not fourth wall breaking, but like it is at the same time. And I do like actual fourth wall breaking too.
Yeah, because the book is written from the perspective of a person writing. Mm-hmm. It's like a book that is being written by a person in universe, so it would be able to reference itself as like a written piece, which I think is really good. I think like fourth wall.
It's almost like the whole thing is the in-universe book.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
For me, I think if like I'm expecting a fourth wall break from a character, it's okay tastefully. Mm-hmm. Like at a certain point, Deadpool becomes annoying to me. Because there's so much focus on like, I'm a comic book character, guys.
I mean, like, that's what he is.
I know that's what he is, but there's so much more to that, and sometimes, like, the game, right?
I think Ryan Reynolds does a lot for it.
Ryan Reynolds is good.
I think
Did you play the Xbox 360 Deadpool
No, but
game?
I did see it.
I played the whole thing, because it was a good game. It was fun, genuinely. Third-person shooter, pretty generic.
Yeah,
like
it looks good.
Yeah, it was creative.
I saw it
too,
played. I watched it a couple times. I thought it was neat.
The level designers and the artists had a great time.
Yeah.
The writers didn't.
I think it works much better as a game medium.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Oh, you don't?
No, the writers absolutely, like, made me want to... Like, I ended up skipping cutscenes in a game that's supposed to be funny.
That's fair.
The game was fun, and that was where my enjoyment of it stopped, was just, like, what the designers of the game had done, not the
silly
fiction.
Games like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I like some things that are silly. Like Viva Pinata, that's a silly game. Yeah. It's cute, I like it.
I got really depressed in high school, and I played only Kirby Epic Yarn for about 100 hours straight.
It's a silly game.
Silly little game.
But it's good.
Yeah, it saved me.
But
Saved my
also,
life.
I love very complex stories. That's my shit.
Yeah, I would really prefer, like, there's one of the Deadpool comics that I'm really, really fond of is, I think it's called Soul Eater. And
Okay.
there's like in that general run of comics, there's a lot of moments where Deadpool is self-reflective and he's thinking about his condition and the way he affects the worlds that he is exposed to. And I think taking a silly character, like, I don't know if you've ever played D&D, but like a joke character that outlived all of the serious characters and now has the burden of becoming a serious character. I think that's a great dynamic
Yeah, I like that one.
for a silly character
That's
because it
pretty
shows that it's not just I'm gonna make a little joke about my nutsack being burnt off. I also care about the people I've lost along the way. I think that's compelling.
Okay.
Yeah. I was supposed to be talking about fourth wall breaks, I think, and I just got annoyed at a video game and talked about Deadpool a little bit. But I do think that fourth wall breaks are overall kind of annoying. I think sometimes, like, I like Rick and Morty fourth wall breaks. Like, Rick looking at the camera and being like, oh boy. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. He does it, and I'm like,
No, I don't always like it, but most of the time I like where that wall break will happen, and then the other characters go, what the fuck are you talking about?
I love the one that's
I
like
enjoy
right
this.
before an in-universe commercial break, and he goes, "We'll be right back," like drawing a gun. I laugh at that every time it happens. I can't help it. I might just be a simple-minded fool.
I'm a
'Cause,
simple
like,
man.
I'm like, he thinks we're here. He knows. He looked at the camera.
I had a story. I can't remember what it... Oh, do you remember when I told you about Nutter Butter's TikTok account?
Yeah, because I did look into it
Yeah.
after you did that, and I really was a little bit upset by it.
There's more.
Okay. Have you like traced back the
Frosting.
story a little bit?
There's no story.
There's a little bit of a story.
I don't
going
want
on.
there to be.
Bro's rejecting the narrative.
I'm trying to. You're not letting me.
I am the keeper of Nutter Butter Canyon, and I am not letting you reject the narrative.
Oh, God, I fucking hate it.
Did you realize you just stepped on a landmine of a Wikipedia deep dive on the Nutter Butters ARG?
So bad. So much.
Yeah, there's way too many TikToks. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I've never seen coverage of the Nutter Butters
Right?
ARG.
But, like,
I don't want to do it.
it's freaky.
That's a 4.5 hour long video
I
that
don't
ends with
want
me
to.
being like, okay, so the end goal of this was to get me to buy Nutter Butters.
Yeah, by the way, all of this was just to get me to buy more Nutter Butters.
That's the problem with an advertising campaign is it's never going to be what you want it to be. Even if it's a well-funded ARG about Nutter Butters.
Right? I'm always going to know at the end of the day. It's just to get me to buy more shit.
Yeah, fucking, you know Home Alone, not Home Alone, another Christmas movie, Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets the little, like, Orphan Annie decoder ring, and he goes to the bathroom, and he's super excited about it, and the new code that he just got from the radio reads, drink your Ovaltine. There can be no mystery in a world of capital.
That's terrible.
Our joy has been commodified and sold back to us, as the machine will do. The new premise.
I think I'm a little
The
high.
hog eats us
I think I'm a
alive.
little high.
Smoke break?
Smoke break. I
Smoke break.
keep looking out the window.
I do too. That's just because my landlord lives like.
No, I'm
shot.
panicking that somebody's right here.
I do. Oh, so ever since I parked my grill right there, I've been walking outside and going, hey! Every day. Because it's way too dark out here, so I just think there's like
pitch
people standing
black,
around.
bro.
This is what leads me to walking around in my boxers with a gun on my own property. Is
Yeah.
just like, if you look around. This is why I wrote a horror novel, is because I had a fever and I looked outside and was like, nah.
No.
I'm really scared right now, dude.
See, I know I'm scared because usually I'd be like, oh no, I got night vision, and I'm just thinking about it like, I can't see in the dark right now. I
need
don't
to
like
be
it.
able to see in the dark.
Right?
Right now.
Everything should be a little bit green.
If you have 8 AA batteries, I have night vision, but the last time I
No,
used
you
it
don't.
around somebody, they were like, I'm taking your batteries because the last time you didn't take them out. So now, because I don't have any AA batteries, I only get to use them when someone allows me to use 8 of their AA batteries temporarily.
I don't have
Because
8
I lost
batteries.
battery privileges at some point in my life.
I'm so sorry, I don't have 8 batteries.
You come in, I'm fucking like taking them out of your remote and shit. I need to see in the dark.
I really do wish I could see in the dark right now. I wish I had fucking green everywhere.
I love being able to see in the dark. When I lived in the city, what I would do with my night vision headset is I would sit in a dark room, and anytime the police started doing something at night, I'd film them in night vision.
That's really great.
Can we add this into the premium only content?
Yeah, we can add this to the
need-
Patreon
okay.
content. God, we got a fucking mosquito in here.
I think if it's smoke break content, I'm allowed to admit to a little bit of crime as
Yeah.
a treat. Do you want to end the smoke break?
Yeah, we're ending the smoke
That
break.
was a
Back to the
that
regular
was
show.
a crazy fucking smoke break you just pulled.
It was only like 10 minutes.
That was great. Okay, new premise, bro. Come on. The last premise was villainous. It was really, really fucking crazy. I don't even know, like, if we're cutting back from the smoke break after you just said that.
Oh
And I don't know what to do after that. For that, like, anyone who didn't just watch that, that was mental.
Yeah, so I dropped the most lore I ever possibly could have dropped. And at the end, we're probably going to have to censor it. But I've traumatized Ian. Wow. Ooh, I don't know if I should bring that up. Sorry, deja vu.
What?
Just, I feel like I've been here before.
Traumatizing me in your car?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
But I haven't.
no, you've never traumatized me in your car. You've been experiencing trauma in the vehicle while I was in here, and I was like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
It was pretty as close as we got. That wasn't really traumatic, though. I've, like, really taken care of worse drunk people than you.
Yeah.
Okay, so highlight version is I took care of an ex-girlfriend while she was, like, blackout drunk. She was much older than me and was like, haha, I can drink as much as you can. When I was in high school.
Okay.
She couldn't. But obviously.
Obviously.
I was like a 300-pound Irish alcoholic high schooler. So, like, obviously she, like, started falling down. Just, like, smacked her head on the sink. Because she was like, no, I'm fine. And then locked herself in the bathroom and, like, fucking started throwing up nonstop. I spent, like, the next entire night keeping her from, like, choking on her vomit. And the funny part of that is she woke up the next day and I was like, okay, cool, you're alive. I'm going to go take a bong rip. And she was like, don't you want to hang out with me? I've been hanging out with you for the last 7 hours, sister. I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm leaving. Just because you weren't there for it does not mean I was not. I had to change pants twice because you've been throwing up so much. Actually, I ended up wearing this really sick pair of leggings that, like, one of my friends gave me that had galaxy print with a big dolphin on the cock of them. I wore those things all the time. Those were so good. I used to wear them with, like, a leather jacket to school. That was, like, my best look. If that tells you how poorly I dressed in high school, that I was, like, leather jacket, dolphin cock leggings. Let's ride. And then the rest of the time, I just wasn't changing my clothes.
I think it'll be okay.
I'm gonna drink some ash out of this. Do you want to pivot into that? We talked about pivoting into, like...
Oh, God, that's gross, man. Did you taste it?
Nah, it's pretty good. It's fine.
That's crazy.
So, for those of you who missed this, this had the cherry of a joint dropped into it.
Oh.
And Caesar seems to think that is...
No, I thought you dropped the whole thing.
No, I didn't drop a full roach into there. That'd be crazy.
Oh, okay.
So, at one point in high school, I was smoking a lot of tobacco and weed mixed together out of a water pipe of sorts. A bong, you might even say. This nasty little bong that I've been smoking moles out of all night. My buddy was like, bet you won't take a sip out of that thing.
Oh.
I didn't even wait for another you won't. I didn't wait for another moment of doubt. I didn't ask for money. I didn't think about it. I just took the bong and I fucking drank. And when I tell you it was like drinking rancid olive oil, it was oily. It went down like if oil was water.
So gross.
It was disgusting. It tasted... Sorry, hold on. I'm reliving it just like a little bit. I'm sorry.
I'm drunk today.
Bro is hungover and I'm talking about this. I'm so sorry.
Oh, God.
I drank the mall water. I did throw it right up again.
I threw up a little bit.
Didn't get no money for that.
Oh. Why would you do that? Oh my God.
So
It's the most disgusting description I've ever heard. It was so bad.
It was really bad. I almost threw up thinking about it. In a similar light, at one point, one of my buddies was like, "Hey, Ian, do you smoke?" And I like took a credit card out and I just made a line of weed and I went, "Yeah, bro," and I fucking about like half a gram up the snaz. And now I'm an adult and I'm like, my breathing is kind of funny. My nose is not that great. So a little ash in the drink. It's pretty much fine.
It's not the most putrid thing I've ever had, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, life is about perspective. My perspective is that, like, my peak bad experience was so awful that describing it to you almost made you catatonic. So the ash in this drink is like... You know when you have, like, you pour a bowl of cereal from, like, the last of the bag, and there's, like, that grainy little bit of the Cheerios?
You better stop.
That's what my drink is right now. It's the grainy little bit of Cheerios and the cereal milk. It's still cereal milk, bro. It's delicious. Texturally, it's not that pleasant, but I've been a lot of bad places.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Next promo. Who said that?
Oh, man. That's nuts.
I like the way you can't really fully look me in the eye after hearing about me doing that. That's so awesome. Fully a story that affected the way you think about me.
So bad.
Glad I had that one to whip out. That's great. This is our sophomore episode, baby.
Woo! God damn.
I think it's cool that we're in person this time.
It is.
I like this a lot better.
This is a
than the
lot
phone
better.
call.
We're gonna have to do this, guys. Shit, we can do it again tomorrow.
That's actually the really cool thing about filming like this is, like, I'm literally around, just waiting around at night at this time anyway.
Yeah.
So we can literally film like this whenever. This is super convenient.
Sick.
If you actually want a third person on this, my buddy's moving in soon too, so they will also be around in a similar way. You seem winded out now.
A little bit. That was a lot. And we're still only halfway through.
That's crazy.
I feel a little bit better now, though.
That's good. I'm glad we got out of the terror hole that you put yourself in.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
That was a really traumatic first smoke break. Like, we decided we were going to do bonus content, and then immediately we were like, all right, well, let's fuck this up.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
I think maybe it just goes up as a clip on Patreon with like half of the clip just being
Well, it's good because I got your reaction.
Yeah, well, that's the horrible thing is that you said something we can't possibly share, and then me going, he did what? What do you mean? We can't possibly tell anyone that.
Obviously, first of all, I can't admit that I'm scared of him.
You can't ever let them see you afraid.
I don't think I can.
Don't show weakness.
I feel like he would come after me.
Okay, again, I hate to reiterate this again. every step further we go
Shit.
on this makes what we've censored
You're right.
worse.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about we just had to cut apart. Wait.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyways,
New premise. What do you got? First thing off top of your head.
bananas? Banana Republics.
Banana Republics. We haven't done Banana Republics yet. We did
We
talk
have
about
not
doing
done
this.
Banana Republics.
What do you want to talk about Banana Republics though?
What's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite Banana Republic, if we're being totally real.
You don't have one that's got like more like.
The outlet store that I grew up near. I don't know. The clothes look like shit. I don't know what you
I
want
mean,
to say.
like, which country is your favorite to have one?
To have one?
Yeah.
Florida. Build one there. I don't know. Stop doing it to South America all the time and give these Yankees a taste of their own medicine. I'm building a Banana Republic in Nebraska.
Nebraska.
I'm making these fuckers pay. You sent the Marines there? I'm hitting you where it hurts in the cornfields.
Oh, what about the riots in California?
The riots in California, I mean, okay, so again, like broadly speaking, like, are you just asking my position on them?
Yeah, like, what do you think about what's going on? The Marines got called in.
Well, I mean, that's, like, if we're talking about the historical precedents of, like, what our government is doing in response to, not even in response to protests. Like, there are protests happening for something very specific, and then the government's trying to, in my opinion, pretend like this is the level response to those protests, is going in, aggravating violence, and then deploying the Marines. Which, again, is, like, the first time this has ever happened. No precedence to that. I support the protests to begin with, because fuck ICE.
What are they
till I
for?
die. But it's against ICE. ICE showing up in their cities and kidnapping their neighbors in unmarked vehicles, refusing to show ID, in masks. I mean, ICE's recruitment methods have been insanely sketchy too. Like, just like recruiting pretty much anyone that is motivated to do what ICE does. And the people who like what ICE does tend to be of a certain political denomination of supremacy of maybe a sort. So,
Do you want to fit in the pod?
what?
I still have a little bit of throat in my throat. Do you want that in the pod?
I mean, this is, I don't know if I have anything funny to say other than my historical, like my autistic history teacher voice is going to come out no matter what if we talk about current events. I can't be funny about it because I just go, so actually, I'm a fucking asshole and I'm going to take over for a minute.
Yeah, I'm not much of a people guy. I can just ask questions. I'm more of a facts guy. Like when there's like
Yeah.
a conflict, I know answers to that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, when it comes to, like, what's happening, like, what the protesters are actually doing at this point, because of how liberal a lot of these protests have become.
is this better?
This is better. Yeah. yeah, you just chill out for a minute, I guess. This is, like, the first time a lot of liberals have actually had to fight for, like, anything they believe in, because a lot of the times liberals are like, we're gonna vote super hard, and that's gonna be fine. I can't wait to go back to brunch. These people are showing up in the streets and they're trying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us have been here for years. I've been in the protest and activist movement for my entire adulthood. Like, since I turned 18, it's been a pretty big part of my life. That means when I show up to an event like this, if the police start kettling people, I know that we're being kettled and I can help people around me. Some people's grandmas are showing up to these protests with funny little signs, and the police are kettling them and firing rubber bullets at them, and they're like, what? So we're seeing a lot of disorganization because this is a decentralized movement. This is people who see their neighbors being taken and they say, no, fuck that. I don't know what to do, so I'll go show up in the street. historically, that's what civil unrest looks like. So that's not unprecedented. What is unprecedented is the extreme amount of violence that the protesters are facing. Which, there is a precedent for the American government using violence on protesters, just not as directly militarily as this, since maybe, like, burning a Black Wall Street. You know, like, we have done it before. We've deployed the military, but, like, the Marines have never showed up. The Marines are pretty explicitly, like, I don't want to say, like, killers, but they're not trained to kill.
That's kind of their
thing.
Know?
And
That's
maybe it's like the Marine military police. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot because I don't know what Marines showed up off the top of my head. I believe it was a combat unit, but I could be wrong at this point.
I think it was.
If you deploy a combat unit against a civilian population, that's fucked. We know that.
Yeah.
In terms of what's gonna happen, I guess, like, I really don't know because there isn't a precedent for it. It could be really fucking bad. There's a potential.
It's happened.
Yeah. But I mean, anytime the military has shot into, like, you know, massive, like, if it ends up with, like, they're there to protect federal buildings. If protesters are going to take a federal building, there's a possibility that these Marines that are there are going to go, okay, this is our job. Fire into a crowd of people. Every time that's happened, that has been the turning point in social revolution, to the point where we go from people are in the street because they're upset to people are now fighting the military in their own homes. I don't want to see that happen. I don't think anyone in their right mind wants to see anything like that happen. But
yeah,
that's kind of, you know, the risk.
I really don't feel like we're that far off from that.
We're not. We're not. That's the tricky bit, isn't it?
Well, you gotta pick a side.
Okay.
I choose waffles.
I really love the hot take of gotta choose a side.
Gotta choose a side. I choose evil.
I choose evil.
Oh, no, it's evil.
It's evil Caesar. Okay. I definitely gotta cut myself off from the joke I'm gonna make about evil Caesar.
Let's know. What is it? Is it funny?
Yeah. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Next time.
Next time. Bare minimum 17 minutes of premising remaining.
Well, I had a bunch of notes written down in my phone.
Well, I have the notes file.
We
have a collaborative notes file. Do you want me to just, like, pick one?
Yeah, why not? I had a couple. I had tried to write some new ones in there.
Oh, I just got the notification that you edited the premise note file.
Yeah.
Bread bowls, yeah or nay?
I love bread bowls.
You fuck with bread bowls?
Yeah.
So,
are you about to say you don't like bread bowls?
So it's not that I don't like bread bowls.
Hold on.
Okay.
My friend. What do you mean?
So I'm going to give one normal thing I'm going to say, and then one other thing I'm going to say about bread bowls.
Okay.
With one thing, I don't like being really full.
Yeah.
Every time I eat a bread bowl, I'm like, oh, I'm a fat little piggy. Like, I feel like so bad every time I eat a bread bowl. I get done, I'm like bloated, and like there's a little bit of throw up in the back of my throat, and I'm like, oh, why am I such a little gluttonous hog? I better go to the vomitorium and throw up so I can eat another fucking bread bowl because I'm such a fat little pig. So, this is not the deranged thing I had to say, by the way. This is the normal thing I thought. Now, the other thing is the last time I let myself eat a bread bowl, I lost a football game. And I associate it with victory being taken from me. It was the last game of the season. So don't eat bread bowls anymore.
Oh, man. You ruined them.
Ruined the perfect season.
You ruined bread bowls.
Ruined bread bowls for me. Because, oh my god, dude, my football coach that year was such a fucking dickhead. Because my team had just come from a coach that had won multiple, like, titles with our team. And they were taking over, and they had never gotten a perfect season. So when the perfect season got snatched from us, we're crying. Because we know we let this pseudo-father figure down, and he's about to be so angry. And he's the dad of one of the players, and we're like, no, he's going to go home and beat the shit out of him. And so we're all crying in a circle, and he comes over and was like, I've never seen such a sorry bunch of bitches in my whole life. I'm 14, by the way. Bread bowl still aching in my tummy. Tears rolling down my face. And this dude who injected himself as a father figure in my life was like, you're a bitch. And then walked away. I never spoke to him again. Yeah, a bitch. It was okay, maybe also those feelings about the bread bowl being so big in my tummy come from the fact that the last time I ate a bread bowl, I was like a little bit in my eating disorder era. So I wasn't eating a lot, and I went to lunch with my parents who were watching me eat, and they were like, Ian wants a bread bowl. So I was like, yeah, Ian wants a bread bowl. I'm gonna perform so good right now. Fucking, I haven't eaten in 2 days, and I'm like, Cut to an hour later, I'm doing sprints on the field, like, So I guess nay. Fun the bread bowls from me.
I guess I'm good.
I guess that's it. Wait. Okay, so I'm under my notes, and I don't remember writing, like, most of these.
Okay.
I want to hit most fuckable planet in real life, in parentheses. After that, it says, including survivability and topology.
Well, obviously Earth.
You think that's the most... So, because of survivability.
Yeah.
It's the most fuckable planet. I don't know if that's true.
What do you mean by fucking?
Fuckable planet.
Like how?
Stick your dick in the dirt and fuck the whole universe.
If there was a way to do it on Mars, I feel like the sand would be nice.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah.
Warm sand.
Hot sand.
I want the sun. Least fuckable planet, most desired. I'm going to fuck the sun. Caesar burst into the room. Caesar, I'm going to fuck the sun. Can't we just do Mars, man?
Yeah, come on. The sand.
Okay, so I do remember. So you hate Stuart Little as badly as I do, because
I was
our
going to
most
put part 2 next to it.
our most contentious topic. Okay, what did you want to revisit about Stuart Little and my feelings on him?
Stuart is a good rat. He's a good little mouse.
You almost fell into my propaganda. You called him a rat.
He's a little mouse. He's a good little house mouse. He's a good boy.
He's not.
He's
a bad little boy. He's a bad little brat. Okay, what's your evidence here? I don't like that you're just moralizing to me about Stuart Little,
I like him.
of whom I hate.
He's very nice.
See, so, like, you know, any narcissist can appear nice. Stuart Little is a classic narcissist.
I love him and his little paws.
You've fallen for it.
He drive little ambulance.
This is exactly how bro got adopted. Listen to this dude spew pro-Stewart propaganda. This is exactly how bro got adopted.
He's a cool guy.
Oh, look at his little paws.
He's a cool guy.
Meanwhile, there's a boy, a human boy, sitting in that room being like, but I would be such a good son to you.
They adopted a son too.
When?
I thought. Did they not?
No, it's just Stuart. Stuart and the bad boy and the cat. Oh, dude, you know what was my least favorite Stuart Little movie? Because I watched all of them. So here's the thing about me being a hater, bro, is I don't just watch the first movie and I go, oh, I hate that little rat. I go, oh, I hate that little rat. Let me put in the second one.
Yeah, you know why.
I'm an expert in Stuart Little because I hate him.
Yeah.
I can't hate baselessly.
I get it.
The third Stuart Little movie, where the first two, I'm going to be honest, the first two were good. They were good movies. I hate Stuart, but they were good films.
Stuart.
Yeah, I feel like he really let down the rest of the cast. But, you know, the first two, like, especially the second one with, like, the skyscraper and the hawk and his little bird friend and all that business.
What?
I wish the little hawk had gotten him, by the way. But
I don't think I've seen it.
the second Stuart Little, see, this is the thing. You're defending Stuart Little and you don't even know the lore. Defending someone that you don't even understand the history
You might be
of.
right, but like he's a cute little guy.
The third Stuart Little was a 3D animated film
Yeah.
where he goes to camp.
Okay.
Need I say more?
What about the first one?
What do you mean, what about the first one? I hate that little rat. What's more? What do I need to explore with this about you? He's got a deadbeat dad. He sucks too. You know?
Sucks too.
Apple didn't fall far from the tree. I bet if Stuart Little had kids, he'd walk right out on him. But Dad, weren't you an orphan? I don't care. He hits him. He hits his kids. You know that? Stuart Little Part 2, see where he hits his kids. He's a narcissist. Deadbeat. Oh my God. Bro, I forgot to tell you. Okay.
That's not brand friendly.
No. 55-year-old man in the store I work at today wearing a shirt that said Club Deadbeat. Brother, what? What do you mean? I walked out on my kids, ladies. What?
I'm emotionally unavailable.
Ladies, you want commitment?
It's not for me.
Don't talk to me. Club Deadbeat.
Club Deadbeat.
Hey man, what if I killed you with a shovel? What do you mean? Club Deadbeat. Fuck you. I walked out on my family. Oh, okay, I was outside with one of my managers who was smoking a cigarette. Homeless dude walks up to us and goes, "Hey, can I have a cigarette? I'll give you a quarter." Exchange rate's fucked there, first off. $12 a pack for 20, and you want to give me a quarter? 60 cents, please. Excuse me. The going rate is not a quarter anymore. This is not fucking 1970. Come on.
God, 2 quarters.
And, like, manager's like, no. Obviously, no. I'm not giving you a cigarette.
Yeah.
We have this cart pusher, like, he's an African dude, just sitting there minding his own business. And he turns, and he goes, "Would you give that guy a cigarette? For a quarter?" For the quarter qualifier kills me. Would you give him that at that exchange rate for him? I don't know, man. Fuck off. I said no to me giving you a cigarette at multiple different points here, and you have not changed your exchange rate once. You have stuck to the price of a quarter, and you think that the problem is that you're white. That's the problem you think is happening right now. You walked up to 2 white people, asked for a cigarette, and you're white. It's because they're racist against white people. I bet you give that guy a cigarette.
I bet he would.
I bet he would.
I bet he would.
I would have given that dude a cigarette because he's one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. But you don't know that because you are a racist. I'd give that dude a cigarette any day of the week because he's not you. Actually, you know what? It was because you were white. I don't give white people cigarettes. You got me. You got me. Going in, so your list gets way better as it goes.
My list?
Yeah, because it starts
I
at
have a pretty good list.
Warhammer. Number 2, boobs or ass. Number 3, geopolitics but funny. You cracked it, bro. That's the one. Geopolitics, but it's funny. Hey, okay, geopolitics, but it's funny. Sudanese cobalt mining, go. Go, make it funny. Go ahead. Alright, I'll pick up.
I'll figure it out. Hold on.
No, hold on. I got an even better one. Favorite fat guy. Go ahead, man.
Peter Griffin.
He's not even real.
Old Jonah Hill.
He's not real. Oh, actually, I like this one. This one I actually want to do. If you saw the Kool-Aid Man, would you take a drink out of him? And is that a homosexual encounter? So,
that's such a good one.
The idea here being that drinking his juice is sexual in nature.
You know, I feel like we did this one in the last episode.
Maybe we should revisit it, because, I don't know.
We're gonna okay, we can't revisit anymore.
I think we gotta rule out all the times he's in a commercial with kids drinking Kool-Aid. We gotta take that out of here and just pretend it doesn't exist for a second. Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah! He reaches into himself, and he takes a cup out of the top of his head, and he doesn't let you take the glass. He brings it to your lips. That's a homosexual encounter, 100%. There's never an encounter that's not sexual if someone's feeding you, unless you're about to die. If you're in the sand and someone's pouring Kool-Aid into your mouth, that's still sexual. It's gotta be water. Or milk? Dude, okay. So imagine you are stranded in the desert, your legs are broken. You have not had water in more than a day, and you are starving to death, and you're like, this is it. Camel walks up next to you. Man goes, holy shit, and he pops off, and he gets down, he props you up, and you're like, I'm saved. He pops open a gallon of whole milk and starts pouring it into your mouth.
You have to drink it, but that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so much.
There's something to me about being effectively paralyzed and made to drink whole milk.
I like milk.
So, Caesar, I didn't think I was going to do this early into the pod, but have I told you about the most milk I ever drank?
I think you brought it up, but you said you were going to save it for the pod.
Okay. So, the first time I ever did acid, I was having a pretty good time, but I decided that I was really thirsty. I was with a big group of friends, and this was bad acid. This was not probably acid at all, but it was close enough. Open my buddy's fridge. She's got 2 gallons of milk in there. I love milk.
I love milk.
I go to her cabinet, and I take out a tall glass, like breakfast drink glass that you could fill with a nice pint of milk. So I pour my first pint of milk in front of a bunch of people on acid who are immediately like, no.
Why are you doing that?
You like milk to drink? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, from that amount you like to drink. And I went, love milk. Down it. I'm not saying I drink it over the course of a while. I tip up and I down a pint of milk. And they're like, oh. That's really bad. Why'd you do that? And I go, still thirsty. And I pour a second pint of milk. People are starting to get really worried now that I'm at 32 ounces of milk. Because people die doing this. Now that we're on the third pint, people are telling me to stop. And I'll mention at this point that I'm lactose intolerant. And they know this. Which is why at pint 4... bottom of the gallon, they're like, Ian, if you die while we're all on acid, that's gonna be really fucked up of you to do as a bit. You can't kill yourself while we're all on acid using milk. I'm like, nah, I'm not killing myself for once, guys. I just love milk and I'm really thirsty. So I take the second gallon of milk out the fridge, and everyone's like, no. I get through. I'll be honest, not a full 2 gallons. I left a splash in the bottom because I was like, someone might want some later. But I drank, let's say, 2 gallons of milk because I probably split the difference in vodka. Because this was also, I believe, the same night that I was co-drinking vodka with the milk and jumping up and down and going, White Russian, White Russian, White Russian. Oh my God. And then like her parents.
So how did that go for you?
Oh, okay. So didn't throw up. Everyone was amazed. And I was like, it's the acid. It makes me more powerful because I drank 2 gallons of milk. I felt really powerful with the 2 gallons of milk in me. And I am lactose intolerant, so about 5 hours later, peaking, I took a mondo shit. I dropped generational brown in my friend's bathroom in a way that I might never again. It was so bad. And I just walked out after and was like, I feel better than ever.
I feel better than ever.
Better than I ever have. Her mom wakes up the next day and was like, I just went shopping. Where's the fucking milk? I wanted cereal. Where's the fucking milk? Because there's just like this pathetic little splash left in the bottom of the jug that it's almost more insulting I left it in the fridge.
I'd be pissed, bro.
I'd be pissed too. I get it. Drink all the fucking milk. Sorry, I took acid last night. There was 2 gallons in here. I just said I took acid.
I just said I took acid.
That's what I found my limit. I can drink 2 gallons of milk and then I still feel like I'm God.
That's a crazy amount of milk to drink.
It's a lot of milk. It was not in a long amount of time either. The first gallon went down in under 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
I actually think maybe like in my prime, I could have tipped a gallon of milk up and just drank it like that and not thrown up. And then gone to the hospital and died there after. Because that's what happens when you do that. If you consume a gallon of any liquid rapidly, your body's just like, oh, no, no.
I was doing all this.
I guess my body on acid was like, we will turn the milk into power. Even better if I
We'll just burn these calories. It's cool.
Even better if I just didn't shit after. If I was just like, yeah, no, I absorbed it.
Absorbed it. You didn't have farts or anything?
No, surprisingly enough, I was not gassy. I just like, it was like at the 5 hour mark from drinking the milk that I was like, I need to go.
I need
to go. I was in there for like 30 minutes going like full on like scream pushing out like this like football sized shit. But outside of that, pretty good.
Very good.
Are we ending
I think that's the episode.
episode 2 on football sized shit that I took on by peaking on acid made of 2 gallons of milk?
What would you rather end on?
I don't know. Spontaneous combustion? What do you mean by that?
You ever think about it?
Yeah, but it's usually like fat people who smoke cigarettes in bed.
That's not spontaneous combustion. That's just catching on fire.
You would think that. So spontaneous combustion would be if the fats in your body combust out. So like if you drop a cigarette on your body and it's extra combustible, that would still be considered spontaneous combustion because it's not your clothes catching on fire outside of your skin. It's your flesh turning into like a candle.
Mm.
That wasn't fun. What do we end on? Favorite tragedy? No.
Actually, favorite fictional tragedy. I don't know if I can say this is my favorite. Ooh, I have another thing to talk about too. I can't say this is my favorite, but I don't know if I can have a favorite one of these. You know, there's so many that are great.
I definitely have a favorite fictional tragedy, and it's just based on how stupid it is.
I particularly love the duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar.
That's an amazing tragedy.
It's
a very
so
personal
amazing.
tragedy. I thought we were going
so
like
amazing.
Space 9/11. I thought that's what. I know. I like your answer. I think that's fine. Mine's also in Star Wars.
Yeah, she's having a little bit of culture right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it.
So, do you remember when the Death Star blew up Leia's homeworld?
God, I wish I had seen that in a theater on day one.
Would have been awesome. Now, I think that's a very iconic moment because, like, in the story,
That's a horrible act.
well, and that's like we don't know how evil the Empire is quite yet. We've been told.
Yeah.
We just watched them do. I don't know what the word is for that, but he exterminated an entire planet.
Omnicide.
Omnicide of an entire planet. That was an amazing piece of storytelling. Now, flash forward to the new trilogy, where they're like, how do we show that these guys are really fucked up?
Yeah,
What if
like
the Death
planets.
Star was super big and then the laser hit 5 planets? That's my favorite digital tragedy because it's like, fuck you, we're gonna do 5.
You know what sucks about the Starkiller base?
What?
It's a great base. You know what it's built into?
No.
It's built into Ilum. Which is...
Oh.
That's where you get kyber crystals from.
That's a
like
really
the
that's
planet.
a really
Yeah.
good idea.
That's a great idea.
See, and that's the other thing about the Death Star that I really love, that they just failed with Starkiller Base, is that they established that the Death Star, and I don't know if they did a great job in the movies necessarily, but the fact that that laser that blows up that planet is fueled by the corrupted kyber crystals of the Jedi that Darth Vader personally hunted and killed. That's great storytelling.
That's great storytelling.
And then we move it forward to Disney, and they're like, they do it 5 planets. Some fucking asshole in a boardroom is like, it's not big enough.
We're doing cool.
It's gotta look way cooler than that. It's gotta be 5 planets. And he's got the helmet.
I do want to say something. There is something that I think is rule of cool enough to get past how shitty it is. And I don't think you'll agree.
Okay.
But I like the holdo maneuver. Because it looks really cool.
What's the hold on maneuver? Refresh me.
She takes like a big capital ship and goes light speed into like a massive super weapon. And it destroys it and like half the fleet.
So just like kamikazes.
Yeah, but like
A massive ship.
yeah, but if you use the like what we know about the actual numbers of these things, it just isn't possible. Like in the slightest. It would like we've done like they did a simulation of what they could have done and it just like bounces up a little bit.
Is there no like sci-fi bullshittery that we can use to like be like, that's not alone, you know?
Not really. It was pretty set in stone.
It's
just,
mass times speed.
Yeah.
Reaching an object. Yeah.
It's like a 270 kilometer ship. It's like so massive, and then it's like a
But
10
okay, so what
kilometer ship.
speed was it traveling at?
Lights, well, not even, I guess, near light speed. Probably, like, it's like 0.01%.
Just
I think.
below decelerating from light speed when it crashed.
No, it's like actively
Isn't
accelerating,
at
but just
light
in the beginning.
speed mass is infinite. So if it hit at light speed, would that not be like a light speed collision of a massive object? I think wouldn't it? I'm not
I
a
don't
physicist,
know.
but that would at least
It couldn't have been light speed.
to my stupid little civilian brain
God.
that's not a Star Destroyer captain, I can watch a movie and be like, that was cool. So I
Yeah.
do think I do agree, actually.
I think
the
it was
scales
really
of cool. That's awesome. It's just always sick to be like, nah, fuck it, and just die.
I would show
Like,
you the video right now. Like, it truly is that cool.
Yeah.
Like, I like just, like, looking at it.
Yeah, it's sick as fuck.
Yeah. I'll show later.
Later was just shown, yeah.
But yeah, like, I like some stuff like that. Where it's kind of like, well, it's cool enough. Not everything can be cool enough, but some things can be kind of cool.
Yeah. I think you can make excuses enough. I think that, like, the cognitive dissonance of, like, sci-fi storytelling is fine most of the time. People get annoyed by it, but, like, we don't need to take everything super seriously. There's one thing I hate about power scaling in anime is someone being like, oh, no, but actually, like, I don't care. I really fucking don't care, dude.
What color saber would you use?
Ooh. Ooh, I love that. I'm really partial to the newer orange.
Really?
I do really like that choice.
What do you mean orange?
Like the fucking ones from like the new games, like the fucking Cal's orange crystal kind of thing. I really like the offbeat lightsaber colors that like just kind of have a half canonical thing going on. Like I really like the purple saber just because realistically there's purple sabers in Star Wars because Samuel L. Jackson's cool as fuck and they weren't going to disappoint him. But then if you take it in the canon and you're like, well, it's a cross, purple's a cross between blue and red, so it can represent that his specific alignment to the Force is of the Jedi, but he represents the balance of the Force itself. That's dope. Just use storytelling to make excuses for your cool set pieces. Love it. The orange saber being like in the tone of red, but still like resonating with the light side of the Force. It's cool in design. I don't really know super what the story purpose is behind it, but dope.
Okay.
I think like pretty much anything that isn't like the blue or green, I'm like very fond of. Not to say I'm not fond of the blue or green, because like Luke's green saber is dope.
That's fair. That's fair. The green is pretty.
I always wanted the green growing up. Like when I bought a lightsaber growing up, if I found the green one, I was like, yeah.
I just wanted yellow.
Yellow's sick. I like yellow.
I like yellow for lower reasons, and I just like yellow.
I think like the white and black sabers.
Recently, I've been
really
using
cool.
white. You'd really like. I gotta take a picture of it. You'd really like my setup right now.
I really want to play that game.
Nice.
I really want to play Survivor. I haven't beat the first one yet.
On Game Pass.
You know, my homie's moving in, has an Xbox.
There you go.
So I might be able to play it a little bit. We'll see.
It's pretty great, man. Got some sick armor. Got a blaster.
Oh, you're not a PlayStation girly, so you've never played the Spider-Man games.
No. I don't know if I like them that much.
What are your feelings on Spider-Man?
I like Spider-Man.
You like Spider-Man. Okay.
I like Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man is great.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is probably one of my favorites.
I'm really glad you said that, because Spider-Man is my favorite hero.
He's not my favorite because I was too patriotic. Back then, if we're talking strictly Marvel, would have been Captain America, probably.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Marvel is incredible military propaganda.
Hey, there was a time when just War Machine. Just War Machine.
Just War Machine.
No, I never really had a big Marvel phase, so I didn't really...
I loved Marvel growing up, and I'm gonna be so real. The MCU kind of ruined that for me.
So sorry.
Just a little bit. Because like I grew up watching the movies. Like fucking 2008 Iron Man came out, changed my life. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm Iron Man. Like fuck yeah, absolutely. And then like we got to Endgame, and by then I was so sick of watching movies that I was like, no. I watched Endgame this year. That's how long it took me to be like a reason. Like I pushed myself away from how annoyed I was at everything for years before I could enjoy it.
I saw Endgame in the army.
Was that good for you? I've never seen you make that facial expression before.
Trying to get out was uncomfortable.
Trying to get out of Endgame?
No, out of the army. And it was just, it was there at the end. That was my consolation prize.
At least I get to watch Endgame. Man, the last 4 years have fucking sucked. But you know what? Marvel, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby. Dude, there's one I saw. Let me find the last thing my wife
Gas
reacted
chamber.
at me. Text from mom. Please be fine. Watch the worst, most depressing movie ever, making me worry about you more. I want to see your beautiful face. Why are you worried about me? What movie? Joker. Your mom watches the Joker and texts you. No, it's copyrighted. Fuck.
Man, fuck.
Fuck the whole thing.
All right.
All right, I ruined it. Bye, guys.